In 1983, Gene Simmons met Shannon Tweed at the Playboy Mansion. It took 28 years to marry her, but their 2011 wedding wasn't about love. It was damage control. A scandal was looming, threatening to destroy his carefully built image. Recently revealed reality show footage uncovers private conversations never meant for air. His son was tied to a plagiarism scandal, and legal documents from 2025 hint at serious allegations involving female employees. The man who claimed to have slept with 4,800 women is now facing a reckoning. But he was born Chaim Witz in 1949, Haifa, Israel. His mother, Flora Klein, had survived the Holocaust. Born in Hungary in 1925, she endured Nazi labor camps and unimaginable loss. His father, Ferenc Witz, also fled Hungary. They married in 1946 and moved to Israel during its volatile birth. The trauma of war and survival shaped Chaim's childhood. By age 6, his parents had split. His mother raised him alone in poverty, working long hours in factories. Meals were often just bread and milk. Even as a child, Chaim hustled, selling fruit by the roadside, sewing a coat from an old army blanket. At school, he was bullied for being different, but comic books became his escape. Spider-Man, Superman, American heroes he couldn't even read yet. He picked up English by decoding comics. By 7, he already spoke Hebrew, Hungarian, and Turkish, and now English was on the list. His mother rarely spoke about her past, but the signs were everywhere. Sudden tears, overprotectiveness, silence. At 14, she had been forced into Nazi labor camps. Chaim understood what that pain meant. In 1957, Flora made a bold move. With nothing but hope, she took Chaim to Queens, New York. No money, no English, no father. He had stayed behind and remarried. Chaim never saw him again. In America, he became Eugene Klein. Flush toilets amazed him, but adapting was rough. Flora worked 15-hour days. Gene learned to survive on his own, feeling like an outsider in school. He was mocked for his accent, but he didn't break. He sold cactuses door to door, picked fruit again, and studied English obsessively through TV and comics. By age 9, he legally changed his name to Gene Klein, idolizing cowboy stars like Gene Autry. America wasn't just home, it was the dream. Gene Simmons grew up in a cramped apartment with his cousins, escaping into TV, especially after seeing the Beatles on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1964. He dreamed of fame and the stage, even faking a British accent to impress girls. During the 60s, he worked menial jobs, saving every cent, while practicing guitar and forming bands. He earned an associate degree and briefly taught 6th grade, but knew music was his future. In 1970, he and Paul Stanley formed Rainbow, later Wicked Lester. After their 1972 album was rejected, they scrapped the band, bought back the tapes, and started fresh. By 1973, they recruited Peter Criss and Ace Frehley, creating Kiss, a theatrical band known for fire, blood, and iconic makeup. Their debut show in Queens had just 3 attendees, but their live reputation grew fast. Signing with Casablanca Records in 1974, Kiss toured relentlessly, filling stadiums by 1975 despite no major radio hits. Behind the scenes, Gene's ego grew alongside his notoriety. He collected nearly 5,000 Polaroids of women he slept with as trophies. After marrying Shannon Tweed in 2011, she found and burned the stash live on their reality show, marking the end of that wild chapter. Gene Simmons never did drugs, but his obsession with women became part of his on-stage persona. On September 10, 1975, Kiss released Alive, a live album that captured their explosive concerts, went quadruple platinum, and saved Casablanca Records. Their 1976 album Destroyer, produced by Bob Ezrin, added orchestras and new sounds with hits like Shout It Out Loud. By the late 70s, Kiss shows were wild spectacles with pyrotechnics, but band tensions grew. Drummer Peter Criss's addiction led to show sabotage, and by 1979, the original lineup was falling apart. That year, they released the disco-tinged Dynasty, which confused fans but sold well. Gene's 1978 solo album outsold some Kiss releases. In 1983, Kiss shocked fans by removing their makeup on MTV and releasing the platinum Lick It Up. The band became a lucrative brand with hundreds of licensed products. Gene even acted in 1984's sci-fi film Runaway. Peter Criss was fired in 1980 due to addiction. Eric Carr replaced him but died in 1991, forcing a reset. The 1989 album Hot in the Shade gave Kiss their biggest no-makeup hit. The ballad Forever, though longtime fans were confused by the softer sound. Meanwhile, Gene's womanizing caused chaos backstage. In his 2001 autobiography, he revealed he'd slept with over 4,800 women, including a notorious love triangle with Cher and Diana Ross in the late 70s. In 1996, the original Kiss lineup reunited with makeup, selling out 92 shows and grossing $143 million. But tensions and lawsuits followed over pay disparities. From 2006 to 2012, Gene's reality show Family Jewels gave fans a glimpse into his family life, but glossed over his darker past. He married longtime partner Shannon Tweed in 2011 after years of resistance. By the 2000s, Gene turned Kiss into a merchandising empire, branding over 5,000 products and pushing sales past $1 billion. In 2017, Gene tried to trademark the devil horns hand gesture, claiming he invented it in 1974. The backlash was brutal. Fans and critics reminded him legends like Ronnie James Dio and John Lennon had used it long before Kiss. Gene dropped the claim, but the stunt revealed his hunger for control. Legal trouble followed. In 2010, ESPN makeup artist Victoria Jackson sued Gene, accusing him of inappropriate behavior during a SportsCenter appearance. Gene denied it, citing his metal codpiece. The case settled quietly. Similar groping accusations surfaced in 2016 and 2017 at his Rock and Brews restaurants, also resolved privately. Despite controversies, Gene's fortune soared. By 2015, his net worth topped $400 million, from music, merchandise, tours, and ventures like the Rock and Brews restaurant chain and The Vault, a $2,000 box set of rare recordings. In 2018, he joined cannabis company Invictus MD as chief evangelist. His relationship with Shannon began in 1983 at the Playboy Mansion. They built a life together, welcoming son Nick in 1989 and daughter Sophie in 1992. Gene joked marriage was a trap, but years of infidelity pushed Shannon to her limit. In 2011, she stormed off the Joy Behar show, calling him a pig, then found his hidden Polaroids and burned them on air. Still, their wedding in October 2011 was emotional and unexpected. Therapy sessions aired on their reality show, revealing Shannon's feelings of betrayal and Gene's childhood fears of commitment. The moment he proposed stunned fans. Family troubles didn't end there. In 2010, Nick's comic incarnate was accused of plagiarizing the manga Bleach. Despite apologies, the backlash damaged Nick's reputation and followed him onto their reality show. In 2024, Gene faced backlash for creepy comments on Dancing with the Stars, but refused to apologize. In 2025, he sold a pricey roadie for a day VIP package that sold out despite criticism. That August, Kiss was honored by Trump, surprising fans since Gene had criticized him years earlier. Gene stayed silent. Gene toured solo without makeup, but high prices led to canceled shows. After Ozzy Osbourne's death, Gene recalled opening for Black Sabbath and revealed Kiss declined touring with them due to their drug use. Despite the shock and theatrics, Gene Simmons has always kept tight, strategic control over his career and legacy. Please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share our videos.